Abby. As you can tell, I'm currently out on the water. I'm at the Lakewood Boathouse on Lake Whatcom, and today, because it's going to be summer pretty soon, I thought it'd be a good idea to talk about what the Outdoor Center has to offer for students for the summer or just for the year in general if you want to get outside, do some fun summer activities. So we are here to talk about those things. We're actually currently out here because of the outdoor extravaganza that the Outdoor Center put on, and we're currently canoeing, but there are so many other things that you can do. You can sail, you can paddleboard, you can even kayak, and even if you don't want to be out in the water, you can just sit in the sun, soak it up, and if you really want to, you can also swim. Lakewood is one of the many resources that Western has to offer for outdoor activities, so let's head back to campus and let's talk to our friends at the Outdoor Center.
Well, let's head this way to the Outdoor Center. We're leaving the bottom floor of the Viking Union, and if you walk this way, the Outdoor Center is right here. So welcome on in.
Here we have our front desk attendant, and it's always going to be a smiley, friendly face for you to interact with.
And first off with our rentals, if you look over to our left, we've got all of our mountain bikes on the bottom and all of our road bikes on the top there. Available for student rental, which is really, really exciting. The mountain bikes are all brand new, so those are really exciting to have.
And if you're wondering, this yellow bike is an adaptive bike, so we also have that.
We newly have some 6-bike bike racks for cars, so making shuttling a little bit easier to and from Galbraith or wherever you're headed to find your trails.
Up these stairs is where all of our excursions meetings are happening, where trip leaders are often hanging out, so feel free to come, pop your head upstairs and say hey.
And in here we have our bike shop. We've got all of the tools. We've got a bike tech working here now, and then a student working on their bike. So yeah, you're always welcome to come on in. If a bike tech isn't on duty, they usually are from 10 to 4:30, Monday through Friday. But if they're not, you're still welcome to come on in, grab some tools and get to working on your bike. Again, the tool fee is only $2.
If you follow us back here, a lot of these gear is used for excursions and also renting out. So we have our bike pannier, backpacking backpacks which we use a lot. And then, yeah, camping stoves, tents,
and sleeping bags. Before we move on too much, I do want to add, right here is our ski workbench. So students, similarly to the bike shop, it's a $2 tool fee, and they're welcome to come on in and wax their skis. Bike techs are able to help with that too if you have questions. But yeah, if you're trying to tune up your bindings, re-wax your skis for the season, we've got all the materials you need for that here. Lastly, we have our snowshoe fleet. So anyone heading up for a little Artist Point hike in the winter time has access to those. We do rent cross-country skis, which is very fun. And Kateri mentioned all of our camping gear. We've got sleeping bags. Up top are all of our crash pads for bouldering.
and then we also got a brand new fleet of ski boots. I don't know much about them.
Oh wow. Our ski boots are good for both skiing and resort and AT backcountry skiing. And they're brand new K2 Mindbenders. So these have been really popular as well. We also rent snowboards, snowboard boots, as well as rock shoes and mountaineering boots. That kind of concludes the tour of the Outdoor Center.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Please feel free to stop by anytime, even if it's just to say, hey, we are so happy to hear from you.
Yeah, we'd be happy to have you.
Hi, my name is Kateri and Rinallo, and I'm one of the Outdoor Center excursions coordinators here.
And I'm Bella Bedard, and I'm the bike and equipment shop coordinator at the Outdoor Center.
What does your job entail?
My job is kind of keeping track of the bike and equipment shop. So I do all of the ordering for the bike shop whenever bike techs need new materials, new bike fluids, new tools, things like that. And then I'm also in charge of kind of keeping track of the rental fleet. And making sure that that is up and running. That if there's anything broken, I'll take that out of our rental inventory. Do my best to fix it. and yeah, kind of keeping track of all of that. I also help coordinate like all of the staff who work in the outdoor center. So the people you see at the front desk when you come in the door, and the bike techs who will be working. We're in every day from 10 to 4:30 to help out with bikes.
Sweet. In my job as an excursions coordinator, I oversee a line of about 20 student trip leaders, and I do all the background planning for their trips. So that often includes reservations and getting all the gear together and making sure that all of that logistic is laid down so that they can just go in and have a great time and lead an awesome trip.
So we rent a lot of stuff here at the Outdoor Center. We rent mostly everything you would need for camping. There's a spider that's about to fall on your head.
Belly is so nice.
Yeah, it was descending down from the ceiling. It's now on the floor though.
You're gonna have like,
Believe it. It can be on the floor. I just didn't want it to hit your head.
if you put music over this and have us just like, ha 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 ha.
Yeah. Okay. No. We rent all kinds of camping gear, so just about everything you would need for your average backpacking trip. We have 2, 3, and 4-person tents. We have sleeping bags, sleeping pads to rent, camp stoves, all those kinds of things. We also rent just about everything you would need for backcountry skiing, which is really cool. We have backcountry skis, as well as like skins, beacons, shovels, probes, all of that kind of stuff. And then we of course have all of the boots behind us. We also have a brand new fleet of Kona Cinder Cone mountain bikes. So we have a whole line of from sizes extra small to large, and actually even extra large hardtail mountain bikes. So those are super exciting, and folks have been getting out on those, which is really, really cool. As well as we have some 6-bike bike racks to put on cars so that it makes getting to and from Galbraith even easier. We also rent commuter bikes as well for folks just wanting to rip around on the interurban trail or on road without quite as much suspension as the mountain bikes. Yeah, we have snowshoes as well, all kinds of snow sports stuff, and large backpacks, as well as bike panniers if anybody's headed on any kind of cyclocross trips and want to, or bike packing trips rather, and want to take some rides.
Sweet. And then as far as excursions, we offer a different calendar of excursions every single quarter, just based on what our trip leaders are stoked to lead, because it's so student-centered and student-run. So our whole trip from start to end is basically run by students, which is awesome. And so we have everything from, you know, local to, you know, near, far, super sendy, super chill, come hang out with us, come like enjoy recreation, which is awesome. We've been working on really redefining what outdoor recreation means and how it means that it is for everybody and inclusive, and it can be something as crazy as a mountaineering trip. They are summiting or attempting to summit Mount Colshan or Mount Baker this summer, or it can be something as local as a Whatcom Falls hike. We also have people who love being on the water, so we've got kayaking trips, and sometimes we send trips out to Bike Wing, which is our other cabin lodge area that folks can camp at. And then we've done bike packing before and like mountain biking trips, and yeah, really just anything under the sun that you can think about in terms of outdoor recreation. We've probably done it. They even went down surfing last fall, and so it changes, and really there's something for everybody. And we do a lot of work with certain partnerships as well on campus. So this could be, we've partnered with NASU, the Native American Student Union, Black Student Coalition, the BSC, Outdoor Wellness Advocates are all folks that we've partnered with just to make sure that the outdoors stay inclusive. We understand that this is a super exclusive environment in terms of like the need for gear and experience, and certain folks having that experience growing up and certain folks not having that opportunity. And so we are just really here to try to create opportunity for everyone. And I think Bella was doing a great job talking about how like even if you don't get on our excursions, there's a lot of gear here for you to like try out new things too, because we understand that like Bellingham is a huge hub of the outdoors, and trying out new things in college can be scary, but is honestly like the best learning experience. So our guides are awesome. They're all students. Everybody has the certifications to be an awesome guide, and a lot of them are like river raft guides over the summer to commercial boat. So a lot of these students are studying this and they love this, and it's an awesome way to form community and get outside and just see what Bellingham has to offer.
Awesome.
And the same with the gear rental side of things. All of the folks in here are like, we've got kind of mountain biking bike techs, we have some road bikers who are bike techs, and then all of the folks at the front desk are always super eager to share kind of their favorite like go-to little excursions if you're looking to kind of build your own. And we have as much of the gear as possible to help support that. Lakewood is a little bit separate from us, but they're out on Lake Whatcom. It's a little bit of it's like a 20-minute drive from here. We just recently hosted our outdoor wellness extravaganza out there, which was a big hit. So a really lovely day out on the water of like a little bit of mindfulness, some music, some yoga, yeah, all kinds of stuff like that out at the Lakewood property. They year-round though. Actually, that's not true. They don't rent year-round.
They are closed in the winter, but every other part of the year, you're good to go.
During fall and spring, they rent small sailboats. They rent paddle boards, windsurfing boards, as well as canoes, kayaks, all kinds of stuff. We rent kayaks here as well, but you can kind of take them anywhere. The ones out at Lakewood are just for that lakefront property.
As far as costs for excursions, our weekend trips are $10. Our partnerships are $0, and our Wellness Wednesdays, which are a few hours on a Wednesday evening, are also $0.
And then like yoga, things like that.
Yoga, mindfulness, jumping in the bay,
Quick
all of that really
walks.
awesome things. And then another thing to note is that food isn't included in this, unless it's a multi-day excursion.
And then as far as costs, we try to keep costs of our rental equipment as low as possible, just knowing that it's students going out for like a weekend or a quick afternoon after class kind of journey. So for example, like our largest 4-person tent is $10 for a day. So if you're headed out for like a weekend trip, between like sleeping bag pad, sleeping bag liner, camp stove, and tent, you would be spending probably about $35 for a full weekend. So we try to keep our costs pretty low. If you're trying to head up to Mount Baker for a ski day, you can rent from us and return the next day, and it'll be about $24 between boots, skis, and then skins if you're headed up to tour as well. So yeah, it's all super accessible. We have, or as accessible as we can make it. We've got free helmets, so nobody's heading up there without a helmet. Yeah, and we try to keep costs as low as possible.
As far as first-time excursions, a lot of our programming is done so that newcomers feel like they have a space within the outdoors and that they are included and that it's not beyond their skill ability. And so we had like an intro to mountain biking, or some hikes, or intro to backpacking, or even intro to skiing and snowboarding, where we just had ski instructors that were trip leaders take folks up and teach them all the basics. And then in the mountain biking, they take them on the green trails and stuff like that. And so honestly, a lot of our intro trips, and you can find that out by our pamphlets, are always floating around at the beginning of each quarter. And these pamphlets will have all the information that you need to know. So we're sending an intro to rock climbing soon too. So yeah, this has all the trips for the quarter. And I would look for the word intro. We also have WOOT trips, Western Orientation trips, and these happen a couple weeks prior to the quarter starting. And we have all trip leaders on deck, and they are taking incoming freshmen out into the backcountry or sea kayaking. And so those are week-long trips for small groups of folks to just really bond and get outside and have this like kickstart into Western. So if you're an incoming student, be on the lookout for that.
And then if you're looking for kind of getting together a collection of rental items and going for a fun little journey, one thing I'd recommend is you could rent one of our commuter bikes, snag a helmet, and then we have a brand new fleet of rock climbing shoes. So you can rent a pair of rock climbing shoes, rent the bike, grab a sleeping pad, and we also rent some climbing crash pads. And you could bike on down the inner urban in the direction of the Chuckanuts. There's some climbing areas out there. and gets a little bit of bouldering in if you're looking for just like kind of a close to home type thing. I know I love grabbing my bike after class and riding kind of along the waterfront in the direction of Suwanich Park. So that can be a really fun option if you're just looking for something close by. Or Galbraith is like really fantastic mountain biking, super close to campus. And with our new cinder cone, like the Kona mountain bikes, that are they Kona?
They're Kona
Yeah,
cinder cones.
yeah. Okay. With our new Kona mountain bikes, heading out to Galbraith is super easy, and the Southside parking lot is super accessible right to all of the green trails that are super well maintained and right out there.
We are VU
105.
I think we're 0.
That's a really good question.
Will you check the website?
Sure. 150. We're just outside of the Viking Union elevators on the bottom floor. We're Viking Union 150.
When are y'all open?
Yeah. And we are open from 10 to 4:30, Monday through Friday, every day, fall, winter, and spring quarter. And then during the summer, we're open as well. Same thing, rental shop is still open, and the bike shop will be open for maintenance as well. Our hours are just noon to 4:30 over the summer. If folks are still in Bellingham over the summer and are looking to get together gear for a trip, we'll still be here and open for rentals.
So, where can people find you guys on like social media?
Oh, you can find us on social media at WW Outdoor Center on Instagram. Our lovely, lovely marketing coordinator, Parker, runs it, and they are amazing. So be on the lookout for just some great content.
Thanks, Kateri and Bella, for all that awesome information about how to rent with the Outdoor Center. Now let's head back to Lakewood and see how the Outdoor Extravaganza is going. As you can tell, the Outdoor Extravaganza is going swimmingly, so I suggest that y'all bring a few friends, paddle on down to the OC, rent some equipment, and get outside this summer.